All right, guys, listen up. We have 3 stocks to break down in this video, probably some bonus ones at the end. And of course, we're going to break down the indexes as well. So hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, guys. I keep telling you this. They're linked down below. 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. It's about, what time is it? Almost noon on the East Coast. So we're not even halfway through the day right now. And we have all the indexes pretty much in the green, although the Dow's fighting. It's pretty much at break even. It's up around 6 points. So the Dow's at break even, but we have the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ each up around 0.3 to 0.4%, as the Russell's up 1.5%, and we have the VIX down over 6%. So the VIX yesterday, I think, was up around 13% on the day, but now it's down around 6%, but still pretty much right at 15 points right now for the VIX. So you guys can see clearly we're still holding an uptrend on the S&P 500 here via SPY, which is obvious. Everybody at this point should know that. And we're also holding an uptrend on Triple Q, on the Dow, you name it, right? We're, holding that uptrend. And like I said yesterday, when we, talked about the CPI data that came out, which sparked the sell-off, like I said, the stock market was pretty much looking for a reason to sell off, and we got it yesterday. The CPI data for January came in a little bit higher than expected, and that's all it took. And now we're starting to get some consolidation above the 180 SMA here on Triple Q, which is right around 420, 430, which is good here on the 4-hour chart for the bulls. And on SPY, we're noticing that same exact thing. We're consolidating above the 180 SMA. Now we're up a little bit, about $1, $2 on SPY. We'll see if that continues heading into the rest of the day. And yeah, guys, that's what it's looking so far. That's what it's looking like right now in the middle of the day, pretty much on Wednesday. And I didn't want to spend too much time in this video on the indexes. I really wanted to cover some stocks, some that just reported earnings. And the first one is none other than Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. Let's break down these earnings and how the stock is looking, as I think they reported numbers. Was it after the bell yesterday? I believe it was. Yeah, so Robinhood closed at $11.80 roughly yesterday, and we consolidated pretty much all day yesterday at about 11.40, 11.50 to about 11.85 throughout the entire day. Then once we opened, or closed rather, the company reported numbers, and the stock shot up from 11.80 all the way to about 13.70 initially. So that was a move of around, 16%. Then we pulled back a bit, and then we consolidated a bit heading into the aftermarket yesterday. And in the pre-market today, we continued that uptrend, and we pretty much took out the highs from aftermarket yesterday, barely, but we did take them out nonetheless. And now Robinhood is down a good chunk from where it opened, but still up over 9% on the day. So you guys can see here, let me pull these numbers up. Looks like Robinhood Markets reported 3 cents of EPS for Q4, which beat the loss of the loss of 1 cent. So they beat EPS, which is great. And it looks like they also beat revenue, $471 million versus $456.8 million expected. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue. Looks like here Q4 monthly active users were, 2.9 million versus the Visible Alpha analyst consensus of 10.7 million. So that beat, which is great. Net funded accounts, 23.4 million versus 23.4 million expected. Not bad. Robinhood Gold, which is something worth watching, let's say that, to say the least. Let's see, that ended up growing, it looks like, to 1.42 million subscribers as of December 31st, up 25% year over year. Not bad. So pretty good numbers, guys, and good guidance out of Robinhood, and their stock right now is absolutely loving it. Cheers, by the way. Let me get some coffee, guys. Cheers. And I'm actually filming right now. Let me take a sip first real quick. I'm filming on my phone right now, so this new Apple update, I don't know if it's new or what. Maybe I was, late to update it, but I can actually connect my phone to OBS, which is the software I record with, and I just put my phone on this phone stand I have right there, and the quality of the video is actually a lot better for whatever it's worth, guys. So instead of using my built-in, laptop camera, which I've been using for quite some time now, I'm now using my phone, which synchronizes to OBS very smoothly, so I can just use that as a camera now, which is great. And maybe that's always been a thing, but either way, I don't know. I'm using it now, and popped up for me after I did my software update on my MacBook yesterday. Either way, guys, new camera. Well, it's my iPhone 15 Pro Max, whatever. Pretty good camera. Either way, we're going to be using that from now on, so a little bit better quality. And eventually, guys, pretty soon here, I'm going to update this mic. I'm probably going to get a much better quality mic. So the whole setup here, guys, is going to get a lot better slowly but surely here. So again, Robinhood reported pretty good numbers. Stock shot up all the way to almost $14 in the morning today, and now it's slowly taking out the highs from the last couple of months. Keep that in mind, guys. Now we're breaking above the highs from, it looks like, the end of last year and from over this past summer, where each of those times we hit 1350. Then we failed. And now it looks like we're actually starting to break out of there. So Robinhood, for all we know, guys, could have a lot more upside in the short term. I mean, look, when the company went public, right, it went all the way to $85. The stock did. Now it's at $12, $13. So will we ever go back to 85? I doubt it. I'm not banking on that. But could we start pushing, towards 20 again, start making a move? Let's see. When was the last time we were in the high teens, let alone 20? It looks like about 2 years ago, March of 2022. So let's see, man. Robinhood reported numbers. Momentum's there. Let's see if that continues here. I think we also got numbers out of Airbnb, whose stock is down 4% on the day. And it looks like we still have this ascending triangle on Airbnb. You guys can see we have resistance at about 155-ish, which clearly we're now under that still. But we are making higher lows into that resistance. So they reported numbers. Let's see here, guys. Adjusted EPS of 76 cents, which beat the 64 cents expected. Sales $2.22 billion, which beat the $2.16 billion expected. So double beat there for Airbnb. Not bad. Looks like JP Morgan adjust their price target to 140 from 118. Goldman Sachs to 123 from 122. All right, they actually have a sell rating. Goldman Sachs does. BMO Capital, now they have a market perform rating. They have the price target at 135 from 134. Okay, pretty interesting there. So wait a second. Did they report this morning? I swear it was yesterday after the bell. Yeah, it was yesterday after the bell, and it looks like the stock was at, what was it at? 150. It closed at that point, and it shot all the way to 167, so an 11% move after the bell. Now we're down to 145. So Airbnb, guys, at this point, I feel like it could be a decent buy the dip opportunity. Please do your own research. I'm not telling you guys what to do. In full disclosure, I'm not in this, but for me, I'm looking at this, kind of thinking out loud here, as a buy the dip opportunity, and especially if it breaks 155, that could be a buy the breakout opportunity, right? If we do start taking out that spot that's been resistance for quite some time. So Airbnb, I'm gonna set my alert. I'll put 2 alerts. I'll do one at 155, mark is at or above, and I'll do another one at, let's see, mark is at or above 153. Let me do that. All right, and we'll watch it and see how it does. Moving forward here, let's do one more quick one here, guys, before I do wrap up the video. By the way, if you guys stuck till the end, you're awesome. If you have not hit the like button yet, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed for some reason, I think 55% of you guys, or maybe 50% of you, are not subscribed. You watch the content, but you're not subscribed. If that's you, make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs this year. I appreciate you guys as always. So I think DraftKings is set to report maybe tomorrow, so we're not going to go too deep into that. But they're breaking out right now, heading into earnings, which that's going to be one worth watching. I think we covered Shopify yesterday, but they reported, and their stock is still kind of figuring its way out in the mid-high 70s here, really the high 70s. Hopefully it stays there, because if it starts slipping under the mid-70s, that's where things could get ugly here on Shopify in the short term. But then again, it's up from $45, guys, a couple of months ago. For Pete's sake, it is still up big time. But yeah, Shopify is now rebounding a little bit, but still down a good chunk from before earnings. And I think Upstart reported, UPST. And what else is new? Their stock is down 20% on the day today after the company reported earnings. So, oh, by the way, it looks like we did call this breakout out here. You guys remember this analysis right here? I keep looking down at my my what's it called? My webcam, or the Mac camera, but I keep looking down. I got to look at the phone, which is right there. Now I'm looking at the phone. Now I'm looking at the MacBook. I got to get used to that, because again, I'm recording on a new camera, if you will, although it's my phone, which I've had for a couple of months now. Either way, Upstart reported. We called the breakout a couple of months ago. Now, obviously, we're collapsing again, down 20% after the company reported earnings of, let's see here, guys, they did EPS Q4 of -11 cents, which beat the loss of 14 cents expected, and they also beat on sales, 140.9 million versus 134.8 million expected. So double beat for Upstart. It's got to be a guidance thing, right? It looks like here, weak guidance. So it looks like here, Q1 guidance underwhelms. They see Q1 revenue of $125 million versus $151 million expected. There you go. That's all it takes. So yeah, we could wrap it up there, because that's all you got to hear. Their guidance for the next quarter is terrible, and yeah, we're seeing a falling knife. We have a death cross. Now we're pretty much back down to where the stock was back in November. We're not heading in the right direction, guys. But either way, I'm watching Upstart, UPST very closely here, maybe for a recovery play. But then again, it's pretty risky. We'll see if it even does recover. But yeah, guys, overall, that's pretty much it for the video. Looks like we do have a couple of other movers here. Maybe we'll save these for the next video. Looks like Coinbase is up around 11% right now, starting to break out again. Looks like here heading into earnings, which we do have earnings, I think, tomorrow maybe on Coinbase. Yeah, tomorrow after the bell, so stay tuned for that. We'll cover this one. So make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I keep looking at the camera here, but I got to look at the camera there. Don't forget to get your free stocks, by the way, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, guys. Use that link down below, or go to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo. Open up your account and fund it with at least $100. You get 5 stocks, and fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. And there's a bunch of other perks by using that link down below, or again, going to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo. I appreciate you guys as always, as that is an affiliate link and it does help out the channel. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all later.